Hello, Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management and the blog and the YouTube, where you can find me under Trade Craze as well. That's TRADECRAZE for any of my videos. This is going to be my very first recorded video that I'm trying to explain some trading methods as we go on and move forward. Uh, I want to explain just one trade today to you, and that would be the trade that I took on the 19th of June. If you look here, here's the 19th of June right here, and you see the dotted lines, the 19th incorporated in here. If you look at the volume, volume was good, volume was good. At the time of the trade that I'm going to talk about, you'll see where I said rising volume, and you could see where the volume actually was green above the blue moving average weighted volume that I have going on the indicator here. And we'll talk about other things as we move forward. Right now, what I like to do, I see one of my mistakes I've already said. I have support at break, that should say resistance. So I'll change that when we get on to the zooming feature here. Bear with me as I zoom closer to the trade. Alright, wonderful. And let me just make a correction here, because this should say resistance and not support, since I'm talking about busting through resistance. Just give me 1 second to delete this and put in resistance to break. There we go. Fixed. Now, let me zoom back out once again. And I want you to notice that I put a line here at 1341.50. And 1341.50, you'll see it over here too. We had a few times where on the 18th it acted as kind of like a bouncing point, or just a place that it seemed to be able to congregate at and so forth. And I noticed that at 2 o'clock when I was looking back, that seemed like a pretty solid area to mark on my chart. So that's why I put that in there. 1341.50 resistance to break. So that's going closer to the trade itself right now. Let's zoom back in. Make sure I get everything I want to see here. And I showed you the volume earlier, so we're not going to be concerned with the volume. You saw that the volume was rising at the time of the trade. Now the trade that it was actually put on was right here at 1340.50. Let me get that. There you go. 1340.50. And I kind of marked the chart ahead of time here. Here's my 1 points. Here's a 2 point. There was also a 2 here because this could have been a 1, 2, and a 3, and it made a move here. If you're playing that, but that's not what I was looking at. I was actually looking here at the 2 o'clock. So when I looked back, I saw this was a double bottom. We had a bottom here, a bottom here. That's therefore I put this little line here to let you see where roughly the market was trading when it hit the bottom you're looking at, 1332. And up here you could see 4 times that it tried to come and break through. It was actually the 5th time it broke through and went on. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th attempt it finally went through. At 2 o'clock also, let me mention that there was an FOMC. One of the members was speaking. Mr. Kuhn was speaking. I think that's the man's name, if I remember correctly, from Thursday, that is. And as you can see, here's my number 1 point, my number 2, and number 3. Now what I liked about this trade was that we came down, we finished up, and then the next bar, it went back here, tested this low again. So what we had was higher lows being created from the previous lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows being created. But the way this finished, the bar finished, told me that we had a good shot of going and busting through and moving forward off of this line. Sort of like here, but it was a failure. Here we had the opportunity. So I came in at 1340.50. You're looking at roughly, this was at 2:15 in the afternoon. It rotated through, went through the line. At this bar close, I had my stop a little above my entry point just to protect, make sure if it moved against me, just like you see in these other bars, yeah, sure, it moved up, but then it moved back down. So just in case of failure, I wanted to make sure to protect myself at this point. And then it escalated up to my point, and I want to make a comment about the 1345 and a half. What I saw was the average daily range, and if you look right above, you'll say average daily range, ADR 1350, 50, and also it was fluctuating between 1350, 50 and 1350, 25. So this was 5 points. This got me back to even. A lot of times I only go for 3 points, but this time I looked, there was 10 points between the average daily range and my entry point. Halfway in the middle roughly is where I was looking to get out of the majority of my position. And then as you can see, a little above that at 1349 and a quarter, I got out of the rest of my trades at that point. That was just a little under the average daily range. It was a good trade. It also, this line right here was yesterday's high. So I was looking at a point between the two of them, and I thought that looked like a good place to put it. My stop, trailing stop, was on the green line. And let me make a comment before I go off of this trade itself. On this bar here, if it would have not continued to move forward on me, I would have moved, and I mean basically if I wouldn't have made my target, this was actually a limit order that I had to get out of the rest of the trade. If this wouldn't have happened up here at 1349 and a quarter, I would have moved my stop a little underneath this bar here on this low, and then I would have been stopped out in this area. And I definitely would have to make sure that I would have got at least 1345 and a half out of all of the positions. So that's it. That's the trade that I wanted to talk about tonight. This was what I consider the best trade of the week. It was the best setup. It was a nice momentum move in the market that lasted for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green bars, and in that process of time almost went up 10 points roughly in the E-mini S&P. I want to wish you all the best in your trading as well, and I'll be back on occasion to bring some trades to light as I see fit, to let you in on a little bit more about the trading method that I use. I hope this helps with your trading, and I look forward to talking to you soon. You can reach me on, you can find my videos on YouTube under the name Trade Craze. That's TradeCraze. Or you can also find me under my blog. You can get to it at Knight Capital Management. Let me type that out for you here. Under my blog, let me just type this out. You can reach me at, and let me bring that out just a little bit more. There you go. KnightCapitalManagement.com is where my blog is currently residing. I want to wish you all the best. You can also find my email off of my profile there on the About Me on the right hand side, and feel free to send me any emails and any comments that you have. Once again, this is Dave Knight with Knight Capital Management. I wish you all a nice evening and happy trading to you as well. Good trades, everyone. Good night.